All right, everybody. So we are knee deep in tearing the White Ranger down. Like I said previously, I need to get both doors off, both fenders off, the hood off, the nose, the bumper. I don't know about the bumper. We'll see. I don't know if I'll swap the bumper out, but I'm doing grill, headlights. I think the tail lights will fit. It's not a perfect cut and dry swap. Well, I mean, it is and it isn't. This truck, I think, is a 96, and the little red one is a 93. So the door panels are a little different. I was a little nervous. I was going to have to hit the wrecking yard for some different door panels because my door panels weren't going to work because the door is a little bit different. But luckily, I think the door physically is the same. They just changed the door panel a little bit, and they have some different mounting hardware and that kind of stuff. So let me show you what I got going on here. Like I said, I've already got it tore down quite a bit. Just kind of getting after it, but I don't want to get too far ahead and have to. I mean, I could explain it later a little bit better, but I'll just do it this way. So first off,
TLT Garage USA. TLT Garage USA. Direction. Tire burning. TLT Garage USA. TLT Garage USA. USA, USA.
this is I'm a little really close. This is the door panel that is on the white truck. Now you can see it has two screw holes down here, and there's a screw hole down in there that you can't really see, but it's there. And then obviously your window regulator is here, and then door handle's here. Well, this is the one from the 93, so it has one screw hole, there you go, down in the handle, and a screw hole up here, and then that one down below. You know, this one isn't, sorry, I'm way too close to, this one isn't perfect, but it's a lot better than that one. That one is nasty, filthy, disgusting. So I was a little like, oh great, this isn't gonna work. How am I gonna do this? And also, here, I'll show you the way these things mount is you just have these little hooks that you have to, I'll go to the door now. They'll drop down into these little holes here, hole down here, and then there's a hole down, there we go, those three down there. And then you take the screws off and you just pop it up. So this bracket here, this was on the other door. So luckily, like I said, the frame is the same. So you just have to take this bracket off that other door, and there's a little clip here, and oh, it looks like a hole here. There was another clip I think down here. There was the clip that went in here, clip that went in here. Yeah, so these little guys, I'm not sure if I can focus on it. Yeah, these little guys were in here. So you just take those off, and transfer this over. And then this little hole here, I had to transfer this little plastic clip for the door panel screw in there. And then that one is the same as on the red door. So I've got the inner trim, inner thing pulled off. I don't know what you want to call it, the window sweep, and the outer window sweep pulled off. This one, you just kind of pull it off. This outer one, you have to, a blade underneath it. Sorry, here, I got this guy underneath it, and I just popped it up. I need this I need the door handle off the other one maybe, because this one's a little flimsy. I don't know, it might be okay. But it looks like they're riveted on, so we'll see how that goes. So I've got, I pushed the little wire grommet off. I felt I didn't really want to do it, but this truck, see, I got my parts and tools. This truck, it uses, to know the door is shut, it's got a sensor in the latch. The red truck, it's got the little old school push button right here. I was trying not to cut it, but this truck is done. I mean, this truck, I mean, I've cut the cab. This truck's gonna be for parts. But this, obviously, this just pulls down too. I'm pulling this down because I'm gonna paint this inside, obviously, because I got to change the color. And this goes all the way down in, so I don't want to pull that out. So what I'll do is I'll like pry it back, get some paint behind it, and it'll be fine. It doesn't need to be perfect under there, but I want to try to transfer it as much as I can. Yeah, I think that is it in a nutshell. Obviously, you got the 4 bolts. I've got 3 of them out. I got 1 still. Sorry if I can. I'm just looking, not showing you. So they've got, you know, the 2 bolts for each hinge. The 2 bottom ones are out. I got the 2 top ones, 1 out and 1 still holding on. And I've just got it setting on some tires here, because that way it doesn't have to, I don't have to hold the whole weight of it. So that should work. I'm gonna pull this lock out so I can use the same key. And all you gotta do is you pull this guy out, and then this will come out, and then you got some, you know, mechanisms and stuff you gotta undo. But anyhow, so that's where I'm at. I gotta, like I said, I gotta take the fenders off. I gotta take the nose off. I'll get you guys set up over here, and then it'll just be a, I'll just speed it up, you know, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I'm actually drilling time lapse, but anyhow, all right, let me get at it, and you guys will see it and run fast. All right. Okay, so I got the fender off. I think it's ready to come off. I'm a fan of Fords. I like Fords, but this fender was way too complicated in my opinion, but whatever. So then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 up top. There is 1 here behind the turn signal. You got to take the inner fender down, which the biggest problem with that is it's got stuff connected to it, like here, and there's some other ones, and then there's 3 bolts that go through it. Two bolts to go through it, and 1, 2. Sorry, I'm looking at it, not seeing what the camera's looking at. And then a screw. There's a screw here, a screw up in here, and then a screw up in here, and then there's a bolt back up in here. But I think that sucker's ready to come off, so let's pull. Alright, so that's everything off I think I need. The doors, both fenders, and the hood. I got the grill out. The turn signals off, which I don't know if I need those. I might take this little lip off just to keep it. Like I said, this engine is supposed to work, but needs a timing belt. So I might mess with that. It's starting to get really cold here in Oregon, and a little rainy, so we'll see if I get to that. Anyhow, so we're gonna call that good for now, and we will start the video up again. We should be cleaning the fenders up, cleaning the doors up, and getting ready to put some paint. I'm gonna paint the inside of the doors with some rattle can, and then I have some spray paint. I have some cans of paint that I'll use my spray gun when I go to the goal is to get the inside of the doors done, the edge of the fenders done, the trim done, underside the hood done, and then get all that parts put onto the Red Ranger, and then any little parts that you swap. And once I get it all assembled, then the doors and everything on, and then I will start masking the truck off and paint it all at one time. So, yeah. All right. Talk to you guys when we are cleaning the fenders. All right. Bye. Okay, where I left off last time was I was tearing down the old White Ranger. The White Ranger, it's actually newer than the Red Ranger. So now, as you can see behind me, I've got both doors on some stands. I got the fenders on the floor, and then the hood is back over here. Back over here. So my plan is I got some Ford red, and what it is it's tractor paint. I've seen a lot of guys using the tractor paint, and I figure a 93, the paint probably, I don't think in 93 they were putting clear coats on them, because I had a 94 Ranger back in the day when I was young, and part of the truck had been clear coated because it had been repainted, and part of it wasn't clear coated. And also, this truck is still not going to be perfect. It's still could use some work here and there, but it'll be a good driver, be a good little pickup for some young kid that wants it, or maybe someone just needs a little truck for hauling some stuff around. And I'm just trying to make it look better, make it look nicer without blowing the budget. I could spend more on paint than I paid for the truck, which that's not real hard. I'd pay that much for the truck, but you could spend a lot on automotive paint. And the red I got, the Ford red, I sprayed a little bit on the bumper, and it looks like it's almost the exact same color. So I don't want to do a full color change, but I figure I want to do close to the same colors I can. Now these doors and the hood and the fenders are obviously white. So what I'm going to do is I bought some Rust-Oleum quart paints for doing the whole truck, and then I bought some Rust-Oleum basically rattle cans. And what I want to do with those is I want to do the underside of the hood, I want to do the inside of the doors, and then like the fender lips. And then once I get all that stuff done, then I'll put it all on the truck, and then I'll mask the truck off and sand it all down or scuff it all up, and I'll paint the whole truck. But this way I can get the doors all done, the inside, the lower part of the doors, everything, without having to try to do it on the truck, and you're not going to get it all. Although I'm going to have to pull, I think, the hinges off of one of the other doors. They might be the blue hinges, because one door is blue, one door is the red. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just taking a little, I've never done this. I'm not sure the best way to go about it. Right now I've just got some Scotch-Brite pads and some Simple Green, and I probably just need like some hot water and Scotch-Brite pads. I might get some areas I need to get a little more aggressive, because there is a little bit of surface rust starting in the bottom of the door lips, and it's pretty dirty. But I'm just going to try to get, where you can see right here, yeah, because the door panel comes to about here. So I'm just going to leave this plastic on. I'll have to cover up the plastic door handle, cover up the hole here, because I don't want to get overspraying the glass. And then I've got the trim that goes up around the door. I've got that pulled out, and as much as I can. It goes down in, the window's still on it, so I can kind of pull it away a little bit, but not too much, and that should be good enough to get back behind it. And so I'll mask this all off so it doesn't get all oversprayed on it, which that'll be a little bit funky. I might wrap it in paper or something and then put some tape on that. But yeah, so now I got to pull out all these there's little plugs kind of all over. You can just pop them out. I got to pop these little guys out, and then hopefully remember where they go. There's one here, one here. I don't know what I'm going to do with the lock mechanism. I don't really want to completely remove it if I don't have to. The latching mechanism, not the actual physical lock. The lock, I've got a the way Ford does it, it just has the little barrel goes in, and then from the side it's got a little clip that goes in and holds it on. So I'm probably going to change those out. That way I can use the locking mechanisms off the other doors in these doors, so you don't have two different keys, which wouldn't be a big deal if you had an ignition key and a door key, but so anyhow. So yeah, this is where I'm at. I will probably just going to go ahead and go to town on this. There's not much to see. You want to watch me, scrub and clean doors. But I'm going to mask off. It's got the manufacturer information on the side of this door. This is I think this is the driver's door. So yeah, it's just going to be a lot of cleaning and scuffing. Nothing too exciting. I might take some sandpaper. This is like 80 grit. It's a little aggressive, but there's some spots on the bottom of this door from just years of contractor getting in and out of it that need to be a little more aggressively scrubbed than Scotch-Brite can do. You know, it's the underside of the door. It doesn't need to be, perfect, but since I'm here, I might as well try to make it fairly smooth. So, all right, I will come back to you when I've got quite a bit more done, and maybe start masking stuff off and go from there. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be that's the thing about body work, is it's a lot of prep, and if you do the prep right, then the application goes right, hopefully. So, all right, I'm gonna get after it, and I will come back when I've got a little farther down the line and kind of show you what I've got done. All right. Now that I got it all masked off and taped up, I went over it with some 400 and some 600. I went around it like, I don't know, a dozen times. If you saw me or not, I was going around it with the light, because with the white, it's hard to tell if you're getting it all because it's white. So you have to really look for the shininess, the reflectionness of it, the gloss. There we go. I'm sorry if it sounds a little different. I'm not using my normal wireless mic, so I'll see how this comes out. I might have to voice over. But yeah, I'm just going to go around it with some all prep wax and grease remover. Sorry about the heater noise in the background. I'm running my little diesel heater instead of my electric heater. Save a little bit of power. Probably should have had some gloves on before I did this. My hands are going to stink. Alright, that's probably good enough. Yeah, I'll let that dry, and then I'll come back and I'll start doing some kind of dusting coats. Yeah, and then just start putting coats on it, paint on it. I got 7 rattle cans. I had one, and I'm thinking, and I was thinking, what the heck, I'm thinking one is not going to do everything I want to do. So I was going to just get one more, but that was going to take a while to get here. I could get 6. I get 6 of them quicker than the one. And then the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, I'm going to need more than 2 cans, so 6 it is. All right, you can see I've started painting it. It's a little strong in here, so I'm not going to stay here too long, but I'm doing one at a time. That's one thing with doing the rattle cans nice, is I can get away with just doing one at a time. I'm assuming I'm probably going to use 1 whole can per door
We'll just see how it goes. I'm really doing it one at a time because I just want to learn, you know, if anything works on this door, doesn't work on this door, that I can apply to the next door. Even though this is a driver's door, I probably should have done the passenger door first to make sure that I got it, you know, really nice. The only thing I'm seeing so far is where there's some damage on the bottom. I probably should have sanded it and feathered it out a little bit more. Not damage as far as dent, just paint damage. It was kind of chipped away and worn off from abuse. But I think it'll look okay. It won't be perfect. And I'll tell the person, hey, watch these videos. You see exactly what I did and exactly what's going on. So in the end, I think it's going to turn out pretty good. So, all right, I'm going to let this one set a little bit longer, and then I'll hit it with the third coat. All right. All right, last we were talking, I was tearing apart the White Ranger. I have been working steadily. We had a little small vacation to go visit my daughter and my son-in-law, and that was great. Now we're back, and before I went, I started working on the little Red Ranger here. As you can see, I've got a door mounted, I've got a fender on, I've got the hood on, and I've got the other door mounted. I don't know if it's perfect yet. I had to shim it a little bit with some washers, but I ordered some proper body shims so I can remove those and do it correctly. This fender is just sitting here right now. I don't have it mounted. I've been trying to work on this gap. It's still, you can see it's still loose. I mean, that's not bad. I'm gonna have, I think the mounting spots for the fenders was bent a little bit. I'm obviously gonna take all the stickers off. I gotta figure out how to get this antenna off. Maybe pop these little guys out. I think they just kind of pop up. Mask this off. I have to sand this hood quite a bit. The 96 paint is peeling off. I don't think the little white truck was really that well taken care of. I got the door jambs, the door jambs of the door painted. I think you should have seen that. I think I have some videos. That was probably where I actually ended off, was where I painted this stuff. I painted under the hood. And I think that color's pretty dang close. I mean, this is super faded, so I think that color's really going to work. I got the lips taken off. Lip taken off. I got a little new fan down there. Excuse all the other crap I got laying around. I got to take the stickers off of here, figure out if I'm going to remove this before I paint. I got these gaps I was working on, I think I showed before, and they're not perfect, but they're better. The tailgate, it had 0 bushings in it, so it was just kind of like almost metal on metal, and I just realized it looked like they drug this tailgate down the road. It's all scratched and it's going this way, so I don't know. I'm going to have to do a little repair work on that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's got some dents down here. I don't know. I don't really want to Bondo that, but I don't know how else to fix it other than maybe trying to get the dent popper where you glue on it, pop it out. Maybe I can soften it a little bit. A little bit of damage here. That I could probably put a little Bondo on, just because that's not that deep. I've been working on this fender here, or bedside. It's got some gouges in it, and then there's a hole down below, which I'm not sure if that was a hole for mounting the bed or if it's, what's the deal, but then I bought this fiberglass repair kit so I can work on that and use that as like a Bondo type filler. And you might be able to use just Bondo on this anyways. I don't know how well it'll hold. And speaking of Bondo, I did some more work. Sorry, I knocked a paint can over, or a flashlight. I did some more work on this spot, and it's not perfect. You can still see the outline of where the Bondo was. I'm going to probably scuff it some more and put a little more primer on it. And I mean, I can't feel it. So I'm assuming after about 3 coats of base coat, it'll be good. So, and you can see there's a little bit of gap down there, but the door fits pretty good. I'm just going to live with that little gap down there. I don't know. I think this rocker panel was curled in or pushed in a little bit when the truck got hit, and I'm not really sure how I can pull that whole assembly out. But anyhow, so yeah, I know, I get it. I'm doing a lot of work for a truck that it's probably not really worth it, especially I'm not keeping. If I was keeping it, was even my little pickup, then it'd be no big a deal. You know, I got the truck for $500, and I just little sweat equity, and I can make a nice little pickup out of it. But I can't keep them all, not yet. Maybe someday I can start keeping them all. Anyhow, you can kind of see I made a little paint booth here, and that's mostly to keep all the overspray out of the rest of the shop. I put some plastic down the floor, which doesn't work very good if you don't secure it, because the paint's sticky, so your feet start sticking to it. But whatever. That way my floor is not going to be all red. Anyhow, I'm going to get after it. It's going to be a lot of sanding. Hopefully the bulk of the truck I could just scuff, like that bedside. But these doors, unfortunately, the paint is coming off of it. And so I'm going to have to try to blend this edge somehow, or I don't know, maybe I might have to buy some high fill primer to put on there to try to help make that less visible when I go to paint it. So anyhow, like I've said before, you know, this is just a learning experience for me. You know, I want to work on old cars, and old cars need a lot of rust repair mostly, and a lot of paint, a lot of body. And so I'm just learning as I go. And if I don't stress about the timeline, it's fun. When I stress about the timeline and the money, then it's not as fun. But I'm trying not to worry about it. So, all right. Next time I come back to you, I should have it pretty close, ready to paint. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye. All right. I'm ready to put some paint on it. I'll do a walk around, kind of show you what I've got done so far, where I'm at. I still have to, I'm going to blow down the area I'm in, try to get the bulk of the dust out the door. Then I'm going to wipe it down with my wax and degreaser remover, and then I'll go over the tack cloth. I got one around here somewhere, and I got to get the gun set up. I might do that. I'll do that somewhere, probably do that after I'm all ready to go. I don't know if I'll show a ton of that. I have a brand new gun. I believe I showed you the gun. Let me go grab it real quick, and then I'll make sure that I did show that if I hadn't shown it yet. So this is the brand new gun. It is a DeVilbiss. I'm not sure how you say it. I would call it DeVilbiss, but I'm not doing the VLI. But anyhow, brand new gun, never been used. From my understanding, I have to put some kind of cleaner through it because it has like an oil inside for storage or shipping or whatever you want to call it, and then it'll be ready to go. I've got pressure regulator. It should be about 24, 25, and then a little dryer. I eventually want to get a board, and I'll put a couple of bigger dryers on there, and I can run my air compressor line to that and then have a separate hose that comes into this for strictly painting. I don't know how much painting I'm going to be doing. The Econoline obviously needs primed and paint. I only put primer on where I had bare metal. I tried to hopefully it'll smooth out and it'll blend. I'm a little worried. You can kind of see here where the primer's darker and then the white. I'm hoping that it will blend okay. I'm assuming it'll take a couple layers of this paint. This is a tractor paint. It's a little bit thicker, a little heavier than I think maybe an automotive paint. But yeah, I think I'm ready to go. So let me give you a little walk around, and then I will, like I said, I'm going to wipe it down with the cleaner, tack it, and then it'll be ready to go. All right, let me show you what I got done so far. All right, so like I said, you can see where there was bare metal, I put a little primer. I had some over there, and then obviously this fender had to work a little bit, and the door, some spots, and I don't know if this is the proper way to do it or not, but we'll see how it turns out. I've got everything covered up, got the doorway covered up. I got the back window all masked off and papered off. I went ahead and just plasticed off the bed. I'm going to get some bed liner, just some spray can, rattle can bed liner spray to put in there. I think I showed this stuff before, but I got these little scratches sealed up and filled in, and they're super smooth. Those turned out pretty good. There's still a couple little nicks that you might be able to see. Everything's been gone over at least with a Scotch-Brite pad, I hope, or 600 grit. I took the tailgate off, and I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do this, so I'm just going to paint this red in here, and then at some point I'll mask it off, and then I'll paint it black or bed liner paint. And so then I got this patched over here, and there's a little spot right here that I patched, little spot here. That one I didn't patch. That one's going to be just is what it is. Like I said, this is just going to be hopefully a decent driver for somebody, maybe a little work truck, maybe a first truck for some kid. I'm struggling with my getting my seams good. You can see this one's, the line's not perfect, so the fender needs to come out or down, or the door needs to come up. I don't know. I've been working on it. There's a little flare here. I'm almost thinking that either this lower panel has been pushed in a little bit, or the 97 Ranger fenders are just a hair different than a 94. I kept saying a 93, but it's actually a 94. So, but anyhow. So I got the grill out, obviously. I got new headlights coming, new taillights coming. And then once I get the body, everything here done, I'll pull out of the shop. And then I will, I'll bring the tailgate in. I got to do the tailgate, the front bumper, the grill, and the mirrors. The mirrors, yeah, because the mirrors are, one's red, one's blue, and the red one's not the same red. So, and I'm going to try to show you some of me painting. I don't want to get overspray over the camera. I'm not sure. I think most people, they just put the camera like way away and they can get away with it. Well, I don't have that kind of room. My little makeshift paint booth's a little tight, so hopefully I can keep the plastic off of the truck. I need to probably tape it down some so it can't pull into it. But I'm going to try to cover it in this the camera in this clear plastic bag, and I won't have a ton of watching me paint because it's not super interesting, and especially I'm not a professional. So I've been watching a little bit of paint stuff on how to do it, so hopefully I can make it work without too many runs that I'm going to have to wet sand out. All right, let me get after it. I'm running late in the day, so I got to get started, and I will be back probably when I'm about ready to put paint on it. So if you're interested, I'm using some Prep All wax and grease remover. I don't know if you can see it down there. So that's the stuff I use. It works pretty good. Tack cloths are just tack cloths off Amazon. They're nothing special. So anyhow, all right, let me get after it. I'll be back.
Okay, so got this. Okay, got the gun ready, set up. Sorry if the image is a little funny. Like I said, or if you can't hear me very good, I've got a Ziploc bag over the camera. I don't want to get covered in overspray. I suppose I could mount it up there on the gantry or something. It probably wouldn't get overspray on there, but anyhow, so I got the gun loaded. I've got it cleaned out, hopefully enough. So wish me luck. I'm going to start low and work my way up. I watched a couple videos and they said you want to be about 4 to 6 inches away from it. I'm at 24 psi and we'll just see how it goes. See if I can do this here. Gonna have to not sure if that's too much air or too little air because it's really not putting much paint out. just a little more. It's too much. Huh. Well, maybe that's how it does it. I don't know.
Well, I got one coat on it. Couple coats someplace else, some of the places. It looks terrible. One looks like a murder scene. The little cups I got, the second one, the little 3M disposable little cups, one just started drooling. I don't know if I didn't get it on right or what, but it just is terrible. But I don't know what the deal is if I've got, I think the nozzle tip on my, where this is best, the nozzle tip on my gun is maybe too fine. It's just blowing out, and it's just like, it's almost like a speckle. I mean, it's definitely really, really bad orange peel. Let me show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera. You probably will. So now this is just a first coat, so it's a little thin here, but I mean, you can just see it just speckly. So I'm not sure. I mean, some of this you could, there's a little orange peel, but some of it's just speckle finish. Which, I mean, I guess if the whole truck is speckle finish, it's just going to be speckle finish. But I don't know, maybe I need to order some red bed liner spray and just bed liner spray the whole truck. But anyhow, I just cleaned the gun. I went through basically one quart, I believe, doing this. So I have another quart to go. I think I'm probably going to order some different tips for my gun. See if that helps. I don't know. There's a couple of spots that don't look half bad, but the bulk of the truck looks terrible. I was all worried about having to go fast enough, and I just barely move, and I don't think I could get a run if I tried. Well, I could if I tried, but so yeah, I really don't know. So this might be where this video ends, and I'll pick you back up. I don't know. I got to get something out, so yeah, I don't know. It's not a good day, but it is what it is. You know, the whole truck is red, so that's at least a start. You know, the whole entire truck is red. Got a little murder scene down here. That's just paint. It looks like 70s blood, fake blood. But like I said, the whole truck is red now, so that's at least a start, I guess. All right, well, I'll pick you back up probably after I put some more paint down and see what I've decided to do with it. Yeah, not the experience I hoped for, but that's the way it goes. You know, I'm learning. I learn as I go. I figure it out as I go. Hopefully, I'll figure out what I did wrong, and I can tell you guys, and that'll help you guys in your project. So, all right. All right, we're back at it. Where I left off, I was showing you around it, and it's really all textury, and it's not even orange peel. It's just like splatter, little tiny dots. Well, I think I'm a knucklehead. Like I said, I'm learning. I think what happened is I was under the impression that the paint I bought was ready to put in the gun and ready to paint. I don't think it was. I think it needed to be thinned like normally, but I know you can buy it pre-thinned or you can buy it ready to go, and that was my intent to simplify it, which it's not super hard to thin it. I get it. You know, I just never done it before. So I've got some spots that don't look horrific and could be probably wet sanded and be smoothed and work. But I've got a lot of stuff it's just like, it's almost like bed liner is what it looks like. It's just the spray is it's just like little tiny drops. It didn't ever blend out. So now I was researching some, and they talk about if you have maybe too much air, I think it'll dry like before it hits, almost like it'll hit and dry instantly. So that won't let it blend. But I turned the volume down a couple different times, so I think it's just not thin enough. So I got some 400, and I'm gonna go over the whole entire truck with 400 to just kind of scuff it up again. I think this Rust-Oleum stuff doesn't like being painted on top of, or if it's super dry, then you need to scuff it up again. So I'm scuffing it and kind of sort of leveling it a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I will thin it down again. I got some acetone. I looked up, and they say a Rust-Oleum you can use acetone, or I think mineral spirits. I just went with some acetone. So anyhow. So yeah, like I said, we're learning. I'm hoping maybe you're learning with me, not to be a knucklehead like me. And triple your workload. So anyhow, let me get after this. This is going to take a while to go over the whole truck. But I'm not trying to like sand it down. I'm just trying to basically scuff the whole thing. And certain spots, I've got some spots where it did get a little bit of paint on it run, essentially, because when I was trying to put it together, it was leaking all over the place, and so it kind of splattered on. So I got to knock those down. But for the most part, I'm just scuffing the whole thing again. So something a little more aggressive than just a Scotch-Brite pad. All right, let me get this going, and then I'll get back to you. All right, back in the bag. I don't know if this is you can see anything out of this or not. I haven't actually watched the video, but we'll try this. Not that I don't have sanding dust all over the camera. My guess is it works okay. All right, I gotta go mix it now. See if this works. All right, I'll be back at you when I'm ready to start putting paint on it again. All right, well, we've got it thinned out, gun ready to go. I did a couple of spray samples, I guess you would want to call them, on the paper. It looks better. I don't know if it is better. I've never really said it's the first time using a gun like this. So we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. I guess I can start on the hood here so you can see a little bit, and then I'll just kind of go to town. Put my little bit more aspirator on.
keep it off my glasses. And I got this little welding cap to keep the overspray off my head, so. All right, here we go. Definitely working better. All right, that works pretty good. I'm probably still gonna have some orange peel, but that's all right. I could do a little orange peel. I just didn't want it to look totally terrible. And since this is a great angle, I'm probably gonna end it there. I'll come back when maybe I'm ready to put clear on it. No sense in you guys watching me do the same thing over and over again. All right, I'll be back. It's empty. It went really fast, so I hopefully have enough to do the whole truck. So, all right, I'll be back when I'm ready to do some clear.
All right, well, I think it turned out pretty decent. It's kind of hard to tell. There's definitely some orange peel in it, but not horrendous. This right here, that's almost like factory orange peel. The hood's probably a little bit worse. The doors aren't too bad, definitely a lot smoother. The roof probably could use another coat. I'm gonna probably have to do that with what I have in my rattle cans. I did cause a little bit of a run right here, trying to add a little bit extra with the rattle cans. That's the one nice thing about this paint is it's the same stuff, so it looks like I got to run there too. But anyhow, this isn't cleared yet. This is just base coat. So I'll have to do a little research on whether I should try to take care of that run now, or I'm assuming take care of it now. You know if you can see it. There you can see it. So yeah, it's pretty bad. I should have stopped while I'm ahead. That's kind of typical what I do. I just kind of keep at it. So I gotta let this cure at least overnight, and then I can put some clear on it, and hopefully that'll work. The last time I ever put clear coat on anything, it was good for about 3-4 months, and then it just cracked. So I don't know. Obviously, it didn't adhere to the base coat for some reason, so I don't know. And that was the same exact brand. This is going to be 2 different brands, but we'll just have to wait and see if it. I guess if it crackles, it crackles. So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right.
All right, everybody. Oh man, I am living in the nation of procrastination. I've got my base coat on, and it's a lot better. When the second time I did it was a lot better. Like I'm sure I said in the video before, you know, I was struggling. I didn't realize it was supposed to be thin. I thought it was ready to shoot paint. That was my assumption. Obviously, it was a bad assumption. And so it was a lot better the second go around, and you know, I've got parts that look great. I think this fender looks great. The hood's okay. The rear fenders are okay. The passenger side fender I think is pretty dang good. The roof's okay. So I'm trying to paint some of the other parts too, and the mirrors and the grill and the tailgate, doing it separately, and the cover for the filler neck for putting fuel in it. And if you ever use Rust-Oleum paint, the downside of Rust-Oleum paint is you have to either paint it when it's still tacky. If you want to put more coats on it, you keep painting while it's not like cured yet.
because then it goes to this weird stage in between where you can't put nothing on it. If you try to put, like, if you wait like, it's like 12 hours and you say, oh, it's nice and hard, dry, put another coat on it. No, don't do it. It will not adhere. It will crackle, it'll wrinkle, it does not work. Now, I think you can wait, it's like 24 to 48 hours and it will. Whoops, sorry. And, but I'm getting ready to put clear coat on this and I'm just afraid it ain't gonna adhere to it. I watched a lot of guys online. One guy was saying, wait like 30 days or a month or a year before you put clear on. I can't wait. I can't wait 30 days. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go over the whole thing with like 2,500 grit or 1,000 grit, something like that. I'm going to try to give it a really light scuff. I watched one guy that had a panel where he scuffed one half of a bumper cover and he didn't scuff the other half. Now, that was Rust-Oleum, I think it was Rust-Oleum paint that he put down, and then it was a 2K clear coat he put on top of it. And you couldn't tell the difference. Both looked good. So, I mean, having said that means I shouldn't have to scuff it. But if I can, I'm really, like I said, I'm really worried that it's not going to adhere. So I can show you real quick what's going on with it and how it looks. It's been a couple days. Well, it's been 6 days, I think, since I painted. 5 days since I painted the truck. I've painted some of the other parts kind of off and on over my work days. I come home and I'll put some paint on it. Got the mirrors pretty good. I got one mirror that the paint didn't adhere to itself, and I think I even scuffed it because it was a little orangey peely, so I wanted to try to clean that up a bit. It's not adherent to the grill at all. I'm probably going to have to sand the snot out of that and then maybe prime that and then put the paint on it. But anyhow, let me show you what's going on here. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it great on camera. I mean, right here, I think you can kind of see it's kind of a dull spot, and you can see there's a run there that I'm not going to fix because I had some more runs here that I fixed, and because of the fact that it doesn't adhere, it crackled, so I had to sand it down again and try it again. And there's a scratch here. I don't know where the heck that scratch came from. Probably my cat. But on the top, I mean, I really don't know how well you can make that out. You can see a little bit of that residual speckly finish, I think, from the initial paint job. But this looks all right. But this fender looks, I mean, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera. It looks pretty good. I mean, right there, that's like factory. Down here, it's a little bit speckly, and the hood's a little bit speckly. But anyhow, so yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I just can't risk the whole thing spackling. I mean, I might try to spray one spot with it and see how it does. That was one thing a guy suggested was, spray a spot that's kind of out of the way and see how it does. And I guess I could do that. That would save me some time. Because I could spray like a real lower spot in this fender, and if I have to rework that little spot, that's fine. But my dilemma is my daily driver is kind of kaput, so and I've got and I don't have time or the funds just to go buy another daily. I've got a Project GTI that I can fix, and I can drive that for a while. And then just to let you know everything about me, I'll eventually get my wife a different car and I'll drive her car. Anyhow, so I tend to overshare. So let's make up a really small batch of clear, and I'll put a little bit of that on and then just see how that works. Let's try that. Although going over with 1,000 grit, I think might be good in the sense, or 1,000 grit might be good to help smooth it out a bit too. I don't know, decisions. So ADHD in full effect. So All right, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do, and I will let you guys know. All right, I'll be right back. Bye. All right, so what I decided to do was go ahead and scuff the whole truck with 2500, just super light. I just want to make sure that there's something that the clear coat can adhere to if it doesn't adhere to it normally or naturally. It might look great for a while, but the first time I ever painted a car, it looked great for like 3 months, and then the clear coat shrunk or something, and it crackled the whole thing. So in the end, if this doesn't work out perfect, it's not the end of the world, but I need to learn how to do it. It may be the key is just buy better paints. I don't know. Anyhow, so the clear coat I got is an automotive clear coat. It is Finish X FC 1000, and I've got some medium hardener, which is FH 1020. Now, I honestly think the reason I went with these was probably just because of the cost. I don't remember. I don't think I saw. I mean, I've seen some guys on YouTube use it, so we'll see what happens. Sorry, the plastic blowing around in the wind here. I got the door crack with. I lost the audio, so I was having trouble with some of my other videos on this.
Alrighty, gonna back you guys up real quick here. Sorry if it doesn't look very clear. I don't know. This bag's not as good. Maybe once it's all the way down, it'll be okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna show a little bit of this. I don't want to show too much. I just don't want to ruin my camera. How's that? Is that kind of alrighty? Yeah, it's going to be kind of cloudy, but I'll show you afterwards. Just see me doing this a little. I'm not talking yet. Alright, I got the other side down. One coat, let's do this side. Alright, I'll call it the good enough for there. I'll show you when I'm done. Not much point. Alright, well, hopefully you guys can hear me. Kind of muffled. I think it's going to turn out pretty good. I mean, I've got some spots. There's some pretty good orange peel right there you can see. This fender's got some orange peel. And I'm not sure what causes it to be orange peel there and like glass there. I don't know if it's I'm too far away, I'm too close, I'm not putting enough down. I'll have to do more research. But I know I'm super close, sorry. Let me see if I can get a little, I can't get super far away, but you can't really tell in this lighting and everything, but all in all, I think it's going to look pretty dang good. You know, I mean, it's just like a $2,500 truck that I'm putting a whole bunch of effort into, but it's just for learning. So,
all right, so I lost audio there again at the end, so this is going to be the end of this video. I'll show you outside how it looks. I've currently got the tailgate, the bumper, the fill door cover, and the grill inside, and the mirrors. I think maybe said grill twice. Anyhow, so let's walk around real quick here, and I'll show you how it looks outside. It looks fantastic outside. There are a few spots where I either need more clear, I should have had more clear, or it's like when I went to put like the third or fourth coat on it, I was too far away or whatever, so it's kind of speckly, kind of like before it was with the paint. But anyhow, let me show it to you, and I'll show you how it looks. I got new tail lights. So I got new tail lights on both sides. Like I said, the bed's still not done, but you can. I mean, it looks. This looks really good here. The driver's door looks pretty good. I still got to run up here. That's clear coat run, so I can sand that because I'll wet sand the whole truck and then polish it out. So I got brand new headlights in. These are the original turn signals that were in it. They're not original turn signals, but they were in it. I'm using the chrome lip from the 97 Ranger, and so it's going to be chrome all the way around here, and then it's going to be color matched in there, and then the bumper will be color matched. I'm getting everything down below blacked out because they had it painted like red and white and stuff, and so this side doesn't have the sun on it, so you won't be able to see. That's good. But and this door, I don't know, you're not going to be able to see it. I don't think it's not. I don't know if it needs more clear or if it needs, I just need to wet sand it. I'm going to try to wet sand it and see what it looks like. And then the fender did the same thing right here. It did it. And then up on the back of the cab, I didn't get, when I was doing the top, I didn't get over good. It's not bad actually. I got a run here and a run over there. The biggest challenge I had was in here where my masking tape was. You can't see it now, and I don't think it's going to be too bad, but the clear had basically, like, you know, it bridged over to the tape, so I had to actually cut it. So I don't know if I'm supposed to pull that off immediately or how you're supposed to. Yeah, there's another run right there. But I mean, all in all, I'm gonna fall here. All in all, I think it turned out pretty dang good. You know, it's going to be a fantastic 30-footer and a pretty dang good 10-footer. I mean, I'm actually 5 feet away now, so it looks pretty good. So anyhow, let's go inside and I'll show you the bumper and the bumper, the grill, and the things I'm painting inside. All right, let's go inside. All right, it's a bit of a mess in here. I'm getting towards the end, and I'm not a very patient. This stuff's hard to so I kind of got crap everywhere. But anyhow, so here's the bumper. It's all color matched. It looks great. I think it turned out pretty darn good. I mean, I didn't go and sand all the rock chips down. This is a kind of a quick down and dirty, kind of just an improvement, make it look better. The tailgate's probably the worst. It's got a little blob on. I didn't know what it was till right this second. The grill, sorry, like I said, I got stuff everywhere. The grill was the biggest challenge because this stuff did not want to adhere to the plastic. So I had to sand it down and then prime it and then paint it. Well, there were some spots in the corner where the primer must not have gone. I don't know, it didn't go through. And then those are my mirrors. So this stuff all is being weighted to clear. So I will get this clear coated hopefully tomorrow, and then next weekend, because tomorrow's my last day off, next weekend I'll get it all put together. And I mean, it's not going to be done, but it's going to be pretty darn close. I still got to put the stereo in it, put the door panels back on, and then just really start cleaning it up and getting everything buttoned up. So yeah, this is where I'm going to end the video here. And next video will be probably buttoned up. I don't know if I might film putting some of the stuff on, but I mean, if you're doing any of this stuff, you know, there's videos that show you how to put bumpers on, how to put tailgates on, that kind of thing. But I probably will try to film maybe doing the bed liner, because it's a Raptor liner, and a lot of people use it, and so I want to give my 2 cents on it, how well it actually works. And then yeah, that should hopefully, the next video will be the final video for the Ranger of, the tale of two Rangers. There we go. All right, I will talk to you guys next time. Please, please like, comment, subscribe. About 92% of people that watch my videos don't subscribe. I realize, you know, there's a lot of other people out there and there's a lot of things, but it takes nothing. Just hit that subscribe button. I'm hoping, I'm only at like 80, 78, 79 subscribers. I'm hoping to get, I mean, it would be awesome if I could get to 500 subscribers by the end of this year. I can't stress it enough that I appreciate everybody that watches. I know I'm still learning. My stuff's not super entertaining yet, but I'm hopefully getting there. Get back to the Econoline. That stuff will be kind of cool. And I've got lots of ideas ahead of me, and a lot of projects. So yeah, you know, any support I get is great. You know, comment if you got ideas on what I'm doing wrong or what you like, what you don't like. Like I said before, you know, if you think I'm goofy looking and whatever, I don't care. You know, just let me know what you think. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.
TLT Garage USA. TLT Garage USA. Direction. Tire burning. TLT Garage USA. TLT Garage USA. USA, USA.